Not able to exclude and talk about her courtship period with the lover, she narrates the doctor's discovery of her condition and the day after her surgery. With tears filled in her eyes, she was told that she might be having some damage in her bladder. The solution was to insert a catheter, and when she woke up, she had it, a tube inserted in her genitals, the first challenge that arose out of her first attempt to deliver. Now she feels she cannot set a baby step outside the door because urine flows continuously while at home. With a blurry gaze on her face, she only utters 2 words when asked about the attempted delivery. These are haunted memories that will forever stab her heart and mind when she recalls what she went through. Rushed to hospital and filled with tubes of catheters. 3 months later, she eagerly waits to be discharged. She has been quickly repaired. Young women have a peace of mind after their arrival and admission at the hospital. They all hope to be soon repaired to start a new start. Patients admitted occasionally have rehabilitative talks with a group of women from Terewode. Psychological counselors talk to the women about their new condition deemed incurable. To some, there seems to be light at the end of the tunnel. The number of adolescent girls in Uganda who get pregnant before the age of consent has increased to 25% in the last 7 years. However, the recent 6th Uganda Bureau of Statistics Demographic Health Survey 2016 registered a decline in child and maternal health. However, girls still fall victim of teenage pregnancy caused by other cases of rape and forced parents.
There are various problems which cause fistula. They usually conceive when they are too young, like 13 years, 14 years, 15 years, like that.
As we were growing up, I happened to be the firstborn in a family of 5. But while in senior 3, that was 2005, our dad happened to get financial backups. He had got a lot of loans from banks. He failed to pay up in time. So they had to throw us out of the house. As the firstborn, I really had to step in as mommy's second hand to help cater for my siblings. So this is when I went into child labor. I managed to reach senior 6. And after senior 6, there was no enough money for me to continue up with campus. So this is the time I took up this dreadful option to go in for Mr. Sympathizer, who was really willing to take me back to school, but on condition that once you give birth to a kid, first give birth for me, then I can take you back to school. Because I had this conflict of interest and I had no options. So after giving birth, good enough this man kept to his word. 1 year down the road, he took me back to school. I went in for journalism. But before I could upgrade with a bachelor's, still he was now pestering for a second kid. I've really invested enough in you. Is one kid just enough compared to what I've invested in you? As I went to give birth to my second baby, the second attempt was really terrible. I narrowly missed out on death while giving birth because staying in labor for 3 days was really too long. So I sustained this prolonged obstructed labor, whereby the baby also narrowly survived death. It cried after 2 days. I was operated on late on Friday night. Yet I started laboring on Monday evening.
Nansubuga Teddy is a teenage girl not sure if her real parents are existing. She conceived at a tender age and lost her baby while trying to deliver. Her baby stuck in the birth canal for over 3 hours. She says she didn't realize she was in labor at night, forcing her to seek medical help at a nearby clinic where medics mishandled her condition. It ended up with a fatal loss of her child and rejected by the man she once called a husband. At least 2 million children between 5 to 17 years are involved in child labor. Many happen to be orphaned children or others who ran away from home. With only 21 hospitals in the country repairing fistula victims, some of these are medical camps and only work under receivership of medical funds from donors like Kitovu Hospital in Masaka. The United Nations Population Fund launched the first ever campaign to end fistula with solutions like preventing, treating and rehabilitating. Other young girls like Teddy who have been referred to the hospital with similar stories and been in the same setting, most of them end up becoming friends and do not fear being alone. Obstetric fistula is a condition that tends to leave the victim feeling vulnerable and bitter. Different age groups of women suffer from the baby loss, affects them psychologically and physically. Women travel for hundreds of kilometers to come and get repaired at Mulago Hospital because they sometimes offer free repairs. For those who have rushed to the hospital, there are usually slim chances of survival. The hospital, located in an urban area with skilled medics, usually has a large number of referral cases that outdo the number of staff. The human sense strikes a feeling of survival for the fittest and fear of life over death within the few hours. This is a home to many of the victims who spent over 2 years being admitted depending on their conditions. The World Health Organization, together with other local NGOs, have fought to reduce the number of misconceptions of fistula. They have mobilized community conferences and calls for actions in different parts of the country, together with the help of the Ministry of Health. Most women who have this condition resort to hiding and living alone. The young women and girls traumatized dread the public and hot weather.
You have to keep buying soap, detergents, water always. You have to buy Pampers. Now for my case, since I really do this advocacy work outside my home, I have to buy tampons, because I have to insert a tampon on top of a disposable pad, which I insert on top of an Afri pad, because Afri pads are reusable. But it depends on one's flow, that they can easily contain your flow or you keep leaking. But of which in hospital they keep advising us to take a lot of fluids. Which fluids add up the what? The flow. So as a fistula victim who is really desperate to maintain your body dry or to maintain the flow, we end up resorting to starving ourselves in a bid to maybe maintain the flow.
Because you don't want to keep on being wet, leaking all the time, you drink less. So when the woman drinks less, what happens? She's still leaking less urine, but the urine, when it comes, you drink less, it comes concentrated very strongly, and very strong urine smells. And that's the beginning of confusion.
Kevin is a fistula survivor and a mother of 2 living in Rubaga. Together with her daughter and son, they live under a 2-bedroom house. During her second delivery at 22, she experienced obstructed labor and has now lived with fistula for 4 years. She is one of the few fistula victims whose conditions has been declared complex and deemed incurable by surgeons in Uganda. Apart from advocating and creating awareness about fistula, she is a mother while at home and a guardian to a homeless fistula victim. Organizations like WAWI say all women could be at risk of fistula. However, women who give birth before the age of 20 and are from rural backgrounds, usually with less education, are at a greater risk. A new day calls for a new beginning, heading to Maganjo, a place not so urban in its setting. Jackie Namayo lives in a mud-thatched house, isolated from others. Previous jokes made about her have killed her level of self-esteem. Her cruel guardian demanded for her uterus to be removed when she succumbed to fistula, a scar that was left in her heart. She tries to make ends meet by working at a shop. Fistula victims are usually abandoned and neglected by their family members and partners. Currently in Uganda, the number of the victims are increasing, especially because of the unattended rape cases and initiated child marriages. Dr. Justice Baragaine, for more than a decade, has repaired fistula at national level and is the current treasurer at International Society of Obstetric Fistula Surgeons. In an interview, he urges the government to be accountable and locate the right funds for the health system.
In our country here and low-income countries, in Sub-Saharan Africa and Asia, we are talking of about 3 to 3 million women of all age groups, by the way. Some of them who got it when you were young, others who got it when you were old, for various reasons. But the main reason is poverty, when a woman fails to access emergency care, when the baby has failed to come out, that she needs a cesarean section, and that cesarean section is not provided in time. Definitely our government is not doing enough in terms of funding for health care. If you remember, there is what we call an Abuja Declaration that Uganda signed with the rest of the African countries where fistula is, that the budget allocation should be at least 15% to health. But as we talk now, it's staggering around 7.5. Most of the time, we're in shortages, drugs are out of stock, and the one constant figure is pay the workers, because if you don't pay them, they won't come to work. To be a fistula surgeon, you must be very committed. You must be having a passion for these girls and women. If you looked at a simple fistula, it would probably take about an hour. Complex ones can go up to probably even 4 hours. And there are also very complex ones where you can do like one for 8 hours. And it needs a lot of patience. You get tired, you need to be motivated. Sometimes you probably need somebody to, you need to have a break during the surgery. So it's something you don't time. Altogether, we have about 25 people in the country who are interested in repairing. But the ones who can comprehensively do are actually 4. Meaning that some even try their level best and they end up even worsening the situation. I think fistula is a disease of people who have probably had low education. Otherwise, once they go to the other class of getting full employment, getting better pay and education, then they join the European and American class. Actually, fistula is the greatest injustice you can impart on women. It shows a failed health system. Those who have successful health systems, they don't get fistula.